Hi Rockstars! Welcome to Module 0, Lesson 1, Target Audience. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to define your target audience so that you walk away from this lesson having created the perfect student avatar. What we mean by target audience is the type of student that's going to take your course and identifying them so that you understand what they need and their goals, so you know how to market to them, but also how to teach to them. This is critical because if you don't know who you are teaching, how are you going to possibly know what to teach? If you start to build your course without knowing your perfect student, you're going to be splitting your focus all over the place and you're going to be trying to satisfy all these different target audiences. So it ends up with no one quite getting what they need out of your course. So let's jump right in and figure out what this perfect student avatar actually looks like. When we take a look, we see two different types of main categories. We have the DIY crowd, who are the do-it-yourselfers. Let's think about this in terms of website development. Building a website may cost $10,000, but if you teach a DIY crowd how to do it with a course, you can do that for a fraction of the price, and they're getting a great deal, and you're not having to teach this over and over and over again to the same person. So that's the DIY crowd. Then we have your peers. And the peers are someone who is like yourself, and you're teaching them how to do what you do just at a higher level. When you start narrowing what this audience looks like, well, then we get a perfect student avatar within that target audience. We've pulled this idea from John Jantz's book, Duct Tape Marketing, and pulled out some of the factors that help bring your perfect student avatar to life. First, we have physical description, and we're not talking about what they necessarily look like, but rather their characteristics. So it could be a gender, like a female or male, age range, maybe 30 to 35, maybe what type of job type they have, if they work from home, work outside of the office, a corporate transitioner, a millennial, you can kind of go on and on about their physical description. Then we have what they want. This is their biggest goal. This is what they desire. Really knowing what they want has a lot to do with who they are. So you kind of have to dig a little bit deeper to understand their biggest desire. Well, then if we have the biggest desires, we know their biggest problem in order to get there. That's kind of like the hurdle between what they want and where they are. It's their biggest problem. So we're looking at a challenge that they have to overcome. Next, we have how they buy. Do they buy from trade conferences or sales reps? Do they buy online through blogs, or are they the type of people who buy from Facebook ads? Lastly, we have the best way to communicate with them. This is going to help when you're targeting them or marketing to them to know how to best reach them through online. If we take a look at our WordPress business, we have this lovely, perfect avatar named WordPress Matt. WordPress Matt is 33 years old and a WordPress developer who works on his own or in a team of less than 3 people. He's college educated, has a young family, which is a huge driver for motivating him to make his business a success, right? That's our physical description of Matt, our WordPress Matt. Now, if we get into his desire, his aim is to grow his business and get to a level where he can be location independent. He hates the idea of working for the man. So that's his goal. Then we have a challenge. We have his biggest problem, and that's that he doesn't value himself and he constantly underprices himself. Next, we have how Matt buys online and how Matt can be communicated with. Matt spends a lot of time listening to podcasts, reading blogs, and following other entrepreneurs. So then we really know how to reach Matt. To help you out, we gave you a download so that you can follow these steps to create your own perfect student avatar based on your target audience. To take a look at that formula again, we have physical description, plus what they want, plus their biggest problem, plus how they buy, plus the best way to communicate with them. All brought to us by that John Jantz formula and Duct Tape Marketing. I know what you're probably thinking. I have a lot of target audiences. Yes, it's totally fine to have multiple target audiences. We understand that that's going to be in everybody's business and their course, that they're going to want to reach a lot of different types of people. What we would recommend is that you just create a perfect student avatar for each, if possible. So to give you an example, Help Scout, which is a popular ticket desk system online, they have two popular avatars in order to market. One is called Growth Graham, and he's a small business owner, and he signs up for Help Scout because he's curious and he cares about pricing and outstanding personalized support for his customers. So that's Growth Graham. And then they have this other avatar called Help Desk Heidi, and she's a lead customer support manager for a larger company. And she's, let's say, being given the task to find a new company help desk system, and so she wants a better product for productivity, reporting, and collaboration. So there you have, with Help Scout, two completely separate avatars, two completely separate target audiences, but they're both very well defined, and they're both this perfect avatar of what that person looks like, kind of within the formula that we've set out here. You got to understand, if you don't go through this exercise, then you really are not going to have the focus to build your course and what needs that you're trying to solve. Because if you think about it, you don't know whose needs you're trying to solve if you don't know who they are. If you don't look at it like they have a problem that you're trying to solve through your course, then you're going to end up wasting a lot of energy guessing what that is, and sadly, probably wasting a lot of time building something and totally missing the mark. So this homework and this prep work is really, really important, that you know who you're making this for. Now it's time for action steps and homework. Download the target audience avatar below, fill it out, create your perfect student so that you really understand who you're doing this for. I hope you got a lot of this lesson and you're ready to take action. It's your turn to rock.